Hello and welcome back to the Just Smell Better channel, the best fragrance channel in the world. Today, I'm gonna talk about my most used fragrances in my 50 plus bottle collection. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers do these type of videos, and I saw Finn do this video, and one of the biggest criticisms he got is that he sells samples, so his video was therefore not valid. I take that, I understand that that's valid criticism. So I do sell some samples, but obviously my store is not as big as Finn from Australia because he has 100k subscribers. I only got 2k. So for this video, I'm gonna share my most sold samples on my fragrance sampling store, smellbettersamples.com, so that you can see that this video is truly like legit. I'm not gonna lie, just to hype up a cologne. My most sold samples are La Tavacambra. I think my best sold one is Mancera Oud Lemon Mint, which is the only reason why I still have it, or else I would have gotten rid of it. It sucks. I got Versace Hawass, I got a little dent. I got Jean Paul Gaultier. I think I've sold like 3 samples of this one. And finally, I got Bleu de Chanel, which is the only one that is actually in the official list. And the reason is, I legit have won this more than like 95% of my collection. And the only reason, well, there's multiple reasons. Obviously, it's really good, but I've had this one the longest. It was my first real designer fragrance. My mom gave it to me for Christmas when I was in that age where I didn't know what to ask for anymore. I was too old for Legos, WWE video games, action figures, but still young enough to, you know, ask for a Christmas present. So I asked for Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette, but my mom gave me the Eau de Parfum. The fourth thing you can ask for this Christmas, it's a bottle of good cologne. This is a cheap one. I'm barely starting to get into colognes. It's actually what I asked for this Christmas. Some of the best colognes that I know of is Dior Sauvage, Acqua di Gio Profumo, Versace Eros, Bleu de Chanel, which is the one I got. I'm almost halfway through the bottle. I know my camera is not the best, but I'm almost halfway. This is the closest I'm ever gonna be to finishing a bottle. I'm probably gonna finish it in like the next 5 years because I got so many colognes to use. Not a single one is as dented as this one. Obviously, I do sell some samples, but it's not that many. Trust me, my store is not that big. So Bleu de Chanel is one of my most used fragrances. Another one of my most used fragrances is Prada L'Homme. I've had this one, I think, for like 9 months, probably pushing a year. And this one, I'm pretty sure was my first introduction to Iris. You know, I've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about Iris, especially Omar from School of Scents. They would talk about fragrances like Dior Homme, Prada L'Homme, Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Mille Parfum. And I thought, why not try Prada L'Homme? It was described as a nice office powdery scent. Now, I don't work in an office. I work in an ice cream shop and in a warehouse, and I'm too old for school. So if I was still in school or in an office, this one would probably be like all the way down here. But even like that, I still find a lot of ways to use this one, especially when I'm with my girl. And I did let her borrow this one for like 2 weeks, so this dent is mostly from her, but I still wear it a lot around her because it's just nice, pleasing, subtle, close to the skin. It makes her come to me and not me project to the whole world. Those are the type of scents that I'm going to use the most. Obviously, there's some masterpieces like Spice Bomb Extreme, but how am I gonna use that in a closed space when I'm gonna choke people out? How am I gonna use that when I'm in the warehouse loading trucks? For that reason, Prada L'Homme is perfect for an everyday use, one of my most used scents. Next up, this one kind of surprised me. I didn't realize how dented it was. It's probably because it's only I think it's a 1 ounce, it's a 1.3 ounce, so it goes by really, really quick. This one is called Louis de Poron by Issey Miyake. I don't know how to say the name. There it is. There's the big ass dent. Like I said, it's only a 1.3, so it is a little bit like it goes by really quick. But this one, the reason why I use it a lot is because it is so easy to use. It's one of these fresh and clean soapy auto shower scents. It's not as soapy as it is green. It's so easy to use. People describe it as a barbershop scent, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly what that means. But I understand, like when I walk into my barbershop, it kind of smells like this. It kind of smells like this. It smells like one of those aftershaves that they put on you when they cut up your hair. That's what it kind of smells like. It's a little bit green and earthy. It's not one of my favorites, but clearly I use it a lot, especially when I don't have anything to wear to the gym. I feel like I don't feel like putting anything on, so I just grab this one. I don't want to smell
that good, I just put it on so I can smell like something. And sometimes that is what you need in your collection. Obviously you need your masterpieces, your 10 out of 10s. Sometimes you just need your nice, cheap, $30 fragrance that you can just spray without no worries about running out. You're probably not gonna buy a second bottle, and you just spray without a care in the world. So Louis DC by Issey Miyake, one of my most used fragrances. I was shocked myself because I didn't realize how much I actually used this one. Next up, I got Gaultier Le Parfum. I mentioned this one when I was talking about Prada L'Homme. When I first opened it, it did give me that resemblance to Prada L'Homme, but it was probably because of that iris. But this one has more of an attractive DNA to it. It combines it with a little bit of cardamom and that vanilla, which makes it more of a date night scent. This one is my first cologne on the list, leaning towards the fall, towards the winter, towards the colder weathers. But I think it's for obvious reasons. Obviously, these ones are a little bit harder to wear. They're stronger. They got a lot more power. So I guess you can say I'm a little bit more of a fan of freshies. I am team freshies over team sweet fragrances, but this one, even though it is sweet and kind of hard to wear in the hot weather, I still wear it a lot. Especially this last fall, I wore it a lot. I was doing some random door dashes. I sprayed it in the car. I took it to some dates. I had to enjoy the scent, you know. It's in my top 3 colognes of all time. I had to enjoy it, even if it's just for myself in the car doing DoorDash. I just had to use it. So for that reason, Gaultier Le Parfum, not only is it my most used scent when it comes to sweet fragrances, vanilla fragrances, winter fragrances, date night fragrances, it's still, even compared to the freshies, one of my most used colognes in my collection. That's why it's number 3 in my whole entire collection. Finally, I got Versace Pour. This one, even though the dent don't look that big, to me, it's pretty big. Like I said, most of these I don't wear that much because I gotta rotate throughout my whole collection. And I usually don't wear cologne, if I'm being honest. I don't go out that much. But this one, when I smell it, the only thing it reminds me of is me going to wrestling school, because this one was the one that I would use the most when I would go to my wrestling classes. I started them around last year, and most of my classes were during the summer, so the sun was out, it was hot. I couldn't wear many colognes. This one was the one that performed the best in the hot heat. But yeah, man, I smell it and it reminds me of me being nervous to get in my car to go to wrestling class, because I was nervous of, like, you know, fucking up, and like it's a big deal because I'm a big fan of wrestling. I'm a big fan of hopping in the ring. I got out now because I changed my plans for the future. I don't see myself doing wrestling anymore, so I got out, but I still enjoy it and I enjoyed my time there. So this one unlocks a core memory, and it's one of my most used ones, especially for the gym too. Such a dumb reach, nice, clean out the shower, so easy to wear, and it smells so attractive too. It's always going to be one of my favorite colognes of all time. So that's going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your most used colognes in your own collection. Let me know which colognes I should add to my collection, my 50+ bottle collection. And yeah, thank you for watching. Just smell better.